Okay, I think we're live. We're going to do some counting and some fun things with bits of paper. Did I say fun? And it is, I promise, I promise, I promise. You will need your grown-up. You need to make sure you've got your grown-up. We're going to be using scissors, and we do have to do some careful line making. So we need either somebody that's not older than you, or you're grown-up. Well, obviously a grown-up is going to be older than you too. So what we're going to do is we're going to make things like this. So I've got a few ready made up, and what we're going to do is we're going to get some bit of cardboard is good. White cardboard is good. You can use brown cardboard, but white's nice because we can see it more easily. So we're going to get ruler, draw a nice straight line, and then we're going to cut along the straight line. So, scissors. And cut right along the straight line. Now I've already divided mine into 10. You've got to divide yours into 10. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to have to play it back later to play it again and again and again. Okay, so first thing you've got to do is get the lines. Now for the grown-ups, the easy thing to do is first of all do one in the middle. And it was 7, this was 17, mine is 17.75, whatever yours is, half of that, which is 8, is about 8 3/4. And then you've then got to split up all the individual bits into 1 3/4. 1 and 3 for mine, only for mine. Yours will be whatever yours is. That's mine, just happens to be 1 3/4 and 1 3/4, and then you've got to split yours up to make nicely divisible by 1 3/4. Mine just happens to be that. You could actually be more sensible than me. You could actually make a rod that's 10 or 20 centimeters long, and then it's really easy to do it. I've made it quite difficult for myself by I just used the length of the box. I could have cut them shorter or used longer card. 1 3/4, and I think I might have done something slightly wrong there, but it's about that. Okay, so now we want one rod that's 10 long, one rod that's 9 long. You can have as many as you like, lots and lots and lots of them. You can buy these rods too. They're called Cuisenaire rods, and there's different ones. There are different rods available for different prices. You can find them on Amazon or eBay or wherever you buy things from like that. But you can also make them at home. You can also make them if you've got someone at home where you've got long, where you can cut wood, if you've got some wood, and you can cut wood into little rods. So there'd be ideally 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter rods. So there'd be, there'd be about half of that. There'd be that sort of size there. And make them 10 centimeters long, 9 centimeters long, 8 centimeters long. Let's put this back down here again. So if you've got someone at home that can make you them, then make them like this. So it's 10, 9, 8. We're going down in numbers now. 7. We're going to go up in numbers in a minute. Now I've got to go to 6. So now this is the interesting thing. And the reason why I didn't cut them all up beforehand. If we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we only need 6 for this rod. The question is, and this is something you could just do with bits of paper, to start with 10 and find all the different ways you can cut up 10. How much is left? We had 10, we cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 left over. Okay, now that's 4 there, and I've got one of 3 that I had earlier. I have got one of 2. I've got one of 1. Is there something missing? I could put it there. Put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait, is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, we're missing a 5. Now, if I cut this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I cut that there. Hold on to there. Boing. That 5 goes there. Is that correct now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I need to cut off this end a little bit. I think I made a slight oopsie there. There we go. Maybe a little bit of this 4, 1 as well, so that they all match up nicely. And a bit one of the 3, 1 as well. There you go. And a bit of the 2, 1 as well. These want to be squares. They don't want to be so rectangular. All the edges want to be the same length, even though a square is a rectangle. We go cut this one off now. How many? So we had a 5, we had 10, and we cut 5 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we have left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is actually a great activity you can do just with strips of paper. Just make yourself lots of strips of paper. Well, actually, first of all, mark them off into 10. I'm just going to do this roughly. If you did 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we cut them all into strips like so, with help from your grown-ups, of course, for doing any cutting. So now we've got a strip of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can decide how many should we cut off. What do you reckon? 3, 4, 5? Okay, 6. Okay, I'll cut off 6. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many will we have left? We've cut off 6. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So fantastic. We can just play that game just with bits of paper. So we've got, now that we've got all of these, we can really find out what the numbers do together. So if we, for any one of these, in fact, I'm going to just make an extra 1, 1, 1, 1, because for any one of these, if you have 1, 1 add 1 is 2. 2 add 1 gives you 3. 3 add 1 gives you 4. 4 add 1 gives you 5. 5 add 1 gives you 6. 6 add 1 gives you 7. 7 add 1 gives you 8. 8 add 1 gives you 9. And 9 add 1 gives you 10. And you could also, if you have lots of different ones, are now, let's see, let's say you've got 5 and you want to subtract 1. You want to, let's see, you've got 6 and you want to know how much 1 less than 6 is. Well, you can make 6 with 1 and 5, or you can make 6 with 2 and 4, or you can make 6 with, oh, what would you have to do with, how many more do you need on 3 to make 6? You can play all these games with it and just play around and have lots of 1s and lots of 2s and lots of 3s and lots of 4s and lots of 5s and lots of 6s and lots of 7s and lots of 8s and lots of 9s and lots of 10s, and find out how they'll work. Now, what a fun, another fun game is this. How many different ways are there of making 10? So you can have 9 and 1, 8 and 2, and you only need to make it so that they line up, and then you can count them. 7 and 3, 6 and 4. What do we need for the 5 to make 5? Well, I think I've cut up the 5, the other 5, so I'm just going to use this one, just a bit of paper. You can do this with bits of paper, it's just card is easier to use. 5 and 5 is 10. And then if you've got more of them, you can continue on down. So 5 and 5, and then you'd have 4 and 6, and then 3, and you can just fill out the whole thing, make lots of these lovely little lengths, and then just play with the numbers. And then don't have to stop at 10. You can go all the way to 20, and you can go beyond 20 if you want. You just need to cut up enough cards. So that's today's rods or cards. We call them rods because usually if you're not making them at home like this, there's nice, you can get someone to cut you up lots of nice little blocks and lengths of 10 centimeters and lengths of 9 and lengths of 8 and lengths of 7, and get lots and lots of them. That would be really fantastic. You can play with them and find out all the different, paint them all different colors. So color number 1 would be one color, number 2 would be a different color, number 3 would be a different color again, number 4, 8, 10 different colors, 10 different numbers, 10 different colors, and then find out all the ways you can make the same number using the smaller number. Or even, you could even go bigger and see how many you have to subtract from it to get to go to a smaller number. So for example, just going to do it here, just to stretch, just as a little stretch. Now this is not for everybody. So Holly, for example, who's 4, she might not be ready to hear this, and that's okay. Holly will just stop thinking about it, and that's fine. When you're ready, that's when you're ready to learn it. You know when you're ready to learn it because you're interested in it. If you find yourself not interested in it, it's probably because you're not ready to learn it yet, and that's good. You can come back to it again another day. So just to say this, we've got, can you see it? Can you see it? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 there. But instead of 10, we want 8. So how many do we have to subtract from 10 to make 8? So if we can make 10 by adding 8 and 2. And if we subtract 2, we then are left with 8. So that's, and all you need to do is make lots of rods and just play and find out how all the numbers fit together, how you can add numbers together, you can subtract numbers from each other and find out how they all work together. So thank you very much, and tell your grown-ups to please subscribe to the YouTube channels Bubbly Maths and Maths Toys, because all these videos are going to go on there and it'll make it a lot easier for you to find them. And tell your friends, tell the other people that are doing maths at home to join the Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages group on Facebook. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow, same time, 10 o'clock. That's London time, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.